Hello, I'm Graham, joining you with Dash, Hanzhen, and Breann. Today, we will be defining and identifying the value in design thinking. To understand its value, let's begin by identifying what design thinking is. Design thinking is a process for solving problems by prioritizing the user's needs above all else. It's a unique, hands-on approach that relies on observation and empathy. It is also iterative, requiring designers to challenge their assumptions, redefine problems, and refine alternative strategies. It may seem exhaustive, but this process reveals solutions that may not be apparent at the beginning. It is a way of thinking and working through a collection of hands-on methods. So how is design thinking applied? Despite its name, design thinking isn't only for designers. In fact, the first formal design thinking model was conceptualized by computer scientist Herbert Simon in 1969. This method was a departure from the emphasis on logic and disregard of creativity in the corporate world at the time. For businesses, applying this model of thinking isn't simply about hiring more designers, but realigning entire strategies and core values to be more human-centered. Because this process is about understanding people, it can be applied to a myriad of industries and professions. For this reason, there are many different design thinking models in use today, and from many perspectives, this process can look a lot different. Let's look at the process of design thinking. At its core, design thinking usually consists of 5 phases or modes. The first phase is to empathize. To have the greatest impact on your users, you must first understand them and their problems. Typically through user tests or interviews, you want to set aside your own assumptions and develop insights from their behavior. Next, use the insights to define your users' needs and problems. Do this by analyzing your observations and turning them into clear definitions. These definitions take the form of problem statements or personas. With the problem defined, you can begin to ideate, drafting creative ideas and possible solutions. Feel comfortable to think outside the box, as the best way to have a good idea is to have a lot of ideas. To know how successful your idea may be, you can start bringing them to life through prototyping. In this experimental phase, you should produce low-cost models of your solution. Inexpensive prototyping means you can easily change ideas and pivot without wasting time and resources. With your initial prototype, you can begin testing. By bringing your solution directly to the users, you can investigate your theory, which will help you refine ideas or redefine the problem completely. Remember that this process is iterative and non-linear. This process does not have a strict order, and often these steps may need to be repeated or occur simultaneously. You should look at this process as a guide, focusing more on reaching your desired outcome of understanding your user and their problem, instead of worrying about following the guide close enough. As I mentioned, there are many ways to utilize the elements of this process. Different industries and disciplines may use different models to solve human problems in a variety of contexts. Variables, like manpower, time, and finances, are all things that can change a team's approach to design thinking. Despite their differences, the core values of empathy, collaboration, and iteration remain the same. Clearly, design thinking can have incredible effects on the success of businesses and products through the co-creation effort of learning and empathy. Let's explore the use of design thinking through some examples. Bad examples are everywhere. Products designed without the user in mind can be confusing and frustrating at best. Within our team, we applied design thinking to our various disciplines. I used design thinking to create a comfortable cafe chair. Breann used design thinking to improve the facilitation of local competitive gaming tournaments. Hanzhen used design thinking to aid in healthcare management for young people managing their loved ones' medication. Dash used design thinking to improve the way coaches measure their players' endurance and fitness. From well-crafted furniture to medical necessity, we've seen the importance of design thinking in its diverse application and benefits. We hope you've learned something and will consider applying design thinking to your next project. Thanks for watching.